Hey, so it's Monday. Um, Trying to start out week 6. Holy crap, it's week 6. Um, trying to start out week 6 a little better than the last week and a half has gone. Um, just to start out, I'm doing a little better than I have been. Um, I'm still not like doing great, as I've said, um, but I'm doing better. Um, right now things are a little bit stressful because I'm packing up my apartment and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. My landlords are coming by tomorrow apparently to do a marketing inspection, whatever that's going to be. It kind of seems to me like it's just an excuse to look at my apartment. Sorry, unrelated. Did my workout today, although it wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be. I didn't get all of my reps of the Renegade or all of my sets of the Renegade rows in. But to be fair, I was kind of like stress cleaning my apartment, which definitely wore me out. So I'll call it good with that one. I'm definitely like upset with myself that I wasn't able to get them all, but I also understand that like packing and cleaning and stuff is going to exhaust me a lot faster, so it's going to take a lot of that out. Like take a lot out of me. Yeah, so um did some meal prep. I'm trying to get back on track with eating since I kind of broke, not this weekend but last weekend and all that kind of stuff. It's been harder to get back into things, because when I first went paleo at the start of all of this, it was surprisingly easy for me to like cut a lot of this stuff out and just kind of like meal prep other things and just like focus on that. And in a lot of ways, like there were certain things that I didn't even really miss that much. I think the things that I missed the most were like cheese. And then like a lot of like my sweet tooth. Like I still wanted sweet things, but there were like other ways to get it. And now that like I kind of slipped back, one of the things that I ate over the weekend was like pasta. And it's like since I ate that, like I just want carbs all the time. Like I just want pasta, I want pizza, I want bread, I want toast, I want English muffins. I want sweet things all the time. And it's like those cravings came back with a vengeance. And because like I've been dealing with a lot of stressful stuff and now I have a stressful couple of months coming up here, it's like all of those old habits, all of those bad habits just like came crashing down on me like a tsunami. And I feel like I'm having to fight them off a lot harder every single day. So it's definitely a struggle. I'm definitely not doing as well with my eating habits as I was doing at the beginning, but I am trying to take small victories where I can find them. So I am eating better now than I was, when I kind of slipped off, not last Thursday, but Thursday before, and like kind of that week, like that Thursday on through the weekend and all that. So I'm eating better than I was then. I'm not like my portions aren't as big. I'm eating better things. So kind of trying to swing back, in like gradual scale, kind of slide back into where I was at the start. It's a process. And and it's definitely not easy, but I'm working on it. So I know that kind of feels like I'm making excuses for myself, and I'm trying not to like let it be an excuse for myself, in the sense of like I'm trying to not be like, oh, I'm easing myself back into being paleo, so like this thing is fine. It's more of like I'm trying to, when those cravings come up, I'm trying to like talk myself through it, of like, okay, am I actually like genuinely in a situation where my body is like, you need something sweet, you need some sort of like carbohydrates or something, in which case like I can eat certain fruits and those are options for me, or is it like you just want this because you're stressed, or because like your body is I'm not explaining it very well, but it's the idea of like, are you craving this thing because like your body is genuinely like lacking some sort of nutrient, or are you craving this thing because it's a stress response? And if it's a like, oh, it's a stress response, then I try to like rationalize my way out of it, and it doesn't always work, but it is working more often than not. I'd say like 80% of the time it's working right now. So, kind of trying to slide back into the more healthy eating. And we're getting there. Goal is by the end of the week to be back on the paleo train and just kind of keep that going, because then once Lent is over, I know I've said this a couple of times now, but once Lent is over, my plan is to kind of stay paleo on like an 80-85 to 15-20 like ratio. So basically be paleo for 80 to 85% of the time, and then 15 to 20% of the time to not be, and just, be more lenient with what I eat. Which basically, I did the math, and more or less it's like basically 1 day a week, or like a couple of days a month, if I have like a long weekend or something. So that's kind of where I'm at with like the food side. With the working out side, again, I did not do as well on my exercise today as I wanted to. But that's just kind of, it is what it is. And I'm guessing as I like continue to pack and clean and everything, it's gonna be similar stuff. So I'm just gonna have to keep going and keep pushing it and just be really, really consistent. If I have to go back to just doing the one exercise a day, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and keep the both exercises, because like I was saying before, my brother kind of helped add things into my exercise, so that I can like build up. Actually, funny story. When I was talking to him, he was like, "Oh, what did you replace?" We were talking about and kind of going over some stuff, and he's like, "What did you replace your crunches with?" And I was like, "I didn't replace them. You added this thing onto them." And he was like, "Oh, I misunderstood you. I thought you were saying like replace them. So you've been doing both." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, wow, okay." So I unintentionally, before everything kind of fell off the deep end there, I unintentionally was doing a lot better than, or I guess I was doing more than what he had intended, which isn't a bad thing, It's not like I was breaking myself or anything doing it. So, yeah. So at this point, basically, like I'm just gonna do the best that I can do with those workouts every day. And again, goal right now is just to continue with working out every day, 5 days a week, taking weekends off, and just kind of keep chipping away at it. Um, at this point, I don't want to try and rush things. I'm trying so hard not to get in my head about this. And I think that's the hardest part of all of this, is that, like, the guilt and the being angry with myself about falling off is like, it's so present in my mind right now. And it's kind of just like living there all the time. And so I'm trying really, really hard to not let that overtake me and let that get in the way of future progress. Because the thing is, like, even though I didn't eat right and I didn't work out for like a week, I didn't lose as much progress as I want to believe I did. I did gain back a little bit of weight, but like once the initial couple of days went by, because anytime you eat like heavy carbohydrates, or food that like bloats you a little bit, you're gonna like see your weight just like jump up really, really high, and then it'll naturally come off after a few days, and you'll kind of get settle into like where you actually are. I do quotations because actually, you know what I mean. So once a couple of days had passed, like, I was really scared that I was gonna like lose all of my progress. And in reality, I had gotten down to 227, and right now, as of this morning, I was just under 230. I was 229 point, I don't remember, 229 point something. So in reality, I only gained like 2.5 pounds. So I didn't gain a bunch of weight back, and in reality, I didn't lose a lot of my strength. So I'm trying to like keep that as a motivator of like, listen, you have not set yourself back that far. If you just keep chipping at it, you're gonna continue to make progress. I'm trying to just kind of keep that louder than the guilt and the shame and the anger at myself for kind of falling off the wagon, I guess, kind of falling by the wayside here for a week. So it's definitely tough, but I am doing my best, and I am trying to be very cautiously optimistic about the upcoming week. I am choosing to be cautiously optimistic, and it is a fight, but I'm gonna do it. And I think right now that's the toughest part, is that I am just going to keep doing it. I have to keep doing it, and ignoring the brain can be hard, but saying no, I have not failed. I just took a step backwards. One step out of 10, you know. So it's a work in progress. I am definitely not where I want to be, but we're moving forward. And again, I'm just trying to be cautiously optimistic. So I love you guys. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourself. Bye.